unto the perfect day. One of the things that I notice in this passage in Ephesians chapter 4 is that walking worthy, as we talk about that, walking worthy of the vocation includes always, it's a pretty definite word, right? Humility. I'm not sure that it is possible for me to walk worthy of my calling if I'm walking in pride. What do you think? I'm not talking about God's ability, I'm talking about my ability. I'm not sure that I'm walking worthy of the vocation wherewith if I'm pounding my chest. Oh, look at me. But what does he say? He says, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. That sounds to me like I'm supposed to care about you. Right? That sounds to me like I'm supposed to treat you differently. With all lowliness and meekness and long suffering, forbearing one another in love. What a beautiful thought. Let me ask you this. Would that change our culture if we all did that right there? Verse 2. Would it change Rolf? Would it change Vanos? Would it change Fitzhugh? Would it change Ada? I think it would. If we all walked into the marketplace, into Walmart, into the gas station, and we treated others with all lowliness and meekness and long suffering, forbearing. Oh, we have to forbear with them, don't we? Be honest about it. Forbearing one another in love. But here's what I've come to conclude from this passage is that walking worthy is not a loud pride. The Apostle Paul's talking about a quiet obedience. Humility says, God, I need you. Humility says, I can't do this alone. Humility says, I don't know everything. Well, there's a news flash. Humility says, I will obey even when it's hard. Pride trips us up. God resists the proud in James, but he gives grace to the humble. I believe that God has already shown us what this walk looks like in the man Jesus Christ. It was a life of humility. It was a life that arrived in a humble way. It was a life that was lived out for 30 some odd years of serving people and loving people and telling people how to get to God for eternity. And he has these three simple marks in this passage. He says, do justly. I think what he means by that is live right. Live the way you're supposed to live, in accordance with God's will, not man's law. Number 2, love mercy. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And then 3 is walk humbly with thy God. And I think that's just simply staying right with God. I don't think walking worthy of the vocation that we're called is complicated. I think it's easy. I think God gives us the ability to do so. But I do believe that walking worthy is a life that is consistent. I'm not just going to do this on Sunday. I'm not just going to do this when it's convenient for me. I want to be that living right, walking humbly, serving others. I want to be what Paul's talking about here in humility, esteeming others better. And then if we do that, I wonder what the direction of the year would look like. So let's back up and take some thoughts for a moment. The Bible very clearly says that we will reap what we. Okay.